The prisoner would always spit out his medication after pretending to swallow it. After ensuring no one was watching, he would take out a bottle of antibiotics he had purchased beforehand. He tied the bottle with stolen fishing line, securing the other end to a molar in his mouth. Once everything was ready, Jack placed the bottle in his mouth and swallowed it into his stomach. Next, he disassembled a lighter, keeping only the flint which he hid under his fingernail. He then tied a shoelace tightly around his wrist, placed his thumb on the edge of a table, and simultaneously applied force with his right foot and wrist to dislocate his thumb. Despite the intense pain, Jack gritted his teeth and made no sound, knowing this was his only chance to escape. Jack was a high-security prisoner, convicted of 2 murders and kept under constant surveillance. He believed he would spend the rest of his life in prison, until an unexpected opportunity arose. Police Captain John's son was diagnosed with leukemia, and Jack was the only suitable bone marrow donor. Left with no choice, John approached Jack and pleaded for his help. To John's surprise, Jack agreed immediately, but he had one condition. He wanted to be allowed to smoke in prison and have unrestricted access to the library. Finding the demands surprisingly simple, John agreed on the spot. What John didn't realize was that he had fallen into Jack's trap. Smoking wasn't Jack's real intention. He needed the flint inside the lighters. Visiting the library was a cover for obtaining detailed structural plans of the hospital. When everything was ready, Jack was escorted to the hospital where John's son was being treated, surrounded by numerous guards. However, Jack's hands were cuffed, making it impossible to proceed with the procedure. While the doctors deliberated on what to do, Jack discreetly maneuvered the antibiotic bottle back into his mouth. Under pressure from the doctors, Jack's handcuffs were removed and his wrists were strapped to the bed instead. He was injected with anesthetic to begin the procedure. Unknown to everyone, Jack had already bitten through the bottle and swallowed the antibiotics inside to counteract the anesthetic. It wasn't long before the doctors noticed something was wrong. Jack's vital signs showed he hadn't been sedated at all. Just as the team prepared to administer another dose, Jack began executing his plan of action.